These are better than standard cuffs. Is that good?
Okay.
That a little bit more comfortable?
Yeah, that seems
okay.
like they ain't super tight on.
Yeah, that should be alright. Alright, come on back here with me. So you know your license is like super bad, right? Your feet up there, but whatever makes you feel more comfortable.
For months, the murder of Jared Bridegan looked like a carefully planned ambush with no obvious suspect in custody. But by August 2022, investigators were no longer looking at the case as a random killing. Their attention was beginning to focus on one man, Henry Tenon. Tenon was not simply someone who happened to cross their radar. He had previously rented a property connected to Mario Fernandez-Saldana, Shanna Gardner's husband. 1 month before this stop, detectives visited that property and spoke with its current tenant. He identified Henry Tenon as the previous tenant. While detectives were still there, Henry unexpectedly arrived at the house. Investigators also documented a tire beside the property that they believed shared identifying characteristics with the tire recovered from the murder scene. They were also examining a possible connection between Tenon and a blue Ford F-15, seen in the area around the time Jared was killed. Then on August 18, 2022, that focus turned into action. What appeared to be a routine traffic stop would become important to the murder investigation. Henry had not yet been told what detectives were really looking into, but behind the scenes, they were already examining his movements, his vehicle, and his connection to Mario. By the time officers placed Henry in restraints, detectives were preparing to bring him in for questioning. This is the moment Henry Tenon begins to move from the background of the story into the center of it. In this video, we're looking at how that happened, the footage from the stop, the early questioning, and the first visible steps that connected Henry Tenon to the Jared Bridegan investigation.
No. What I was saying is we're about to cuff him. So when I cuff him, no, he doesn't know he's arrested yet. We were just searching his car.
I'm gonna put these on you. These are a lot more comfortable.
Will you come take the dog?
Thank you. There you go. These are better than standard cuffs. Is that good?
Okay.
That a little bit more comfortable?
Yeah, that seems like they ain't super tight on.
Yeah, that should be alright. Alright, come on back here with me. So you know your license is like super bad, right? Yeah, it should.
Reinstatement fee to pay in Georgia. And court calls here that I've been working on that.
Okay.
COVID-19 been slowing us down. I'm taking care of.
I got you. But it looks like they took you out of being a habitual traffic offender, which is great because it's no longer a felony. But when you have 10 suspensions on there, 10 DWLS, I kind of don't have a choice. The good thing is it's a misdemeanor, so it's not a huge ordeal. My hands are kind of tied in this aspect, okay? Are we fine releasing the dog to them? Like, how well do you know them?
Yeah, you can.
What? Hey, let me ask you this. What do you want done with the dog?
Release it to Janet.
Okay, because if we can't find someone to release it to, or you don't run it release to them, then we have to call animal control for them to come get it. Then you have to go through that step of going to them. So if you want it released to her,
yes, release it to
now.
her.
The other issue is this is neither one of their cars.
And neither of them have good licenses.
And neither one of them have good licenses. So, and we can't.
Got it. Come on this way, sir, please.
pat you down real quick. Make sure you got nothing on you. Let me get something to cut those off here for a minute, all right? You want to sit in that chair right there for me? Best you can. Yeah, we'll be back. Let me get What's your first name again, sir? Henry. What's your last name? T-I-M-M? T-N-O-N. What's your date of birth, sir? 2961. All right.
By the time Henry Tenon entered this interview room, he had not been charged in connection with Jared Bridegan's murder. His formal arrest that morning involved separate offenses: possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, driving with a suspended license, and speeding. But investigators had brought him to the Duval County Crime Gun Intelligence Center for a much larger reason. The two passengers who had been inside the vehicle, Janie Deal and William Harabal, were also transported to the facility and interviewed separately as witnesses. Henry was questioned on his own. Detectives were now focused on his connection to Mario Fernandez-Saldana, the rental property on Potomac Avenue, and the blue 2004 Ford F-150 investigators believed was connected to the night Jared was killed. What Henry may not have realized was how deliberately investigators were already collecting evidence around him. The plastic restraints he had worn and a disposable coffee cup he used during the interview were preserved and entered into evidence the following morning. Several days later, investigators also documented consent forms relating to his phone and DNA and collected buccal swabs from him. At this stage, Henry was not yet facing a murder charge. Detectives were still testing his story, examining his movements, and trying to determine how much he knew. The interview you are about to see captures one of the earliest moments when investigators confronted Henry Tenon directly within the Bridegan investigation.
So you had the Crown Vic since March. What were you driving prior to that? And I know the answer to this too.
My bicycle.
No, you're in a different vehicle. You're on these real-time cameras, and I have pictures of all this too, and I'll show you. So you drove a different car before that, and you've been out of town in that car too. It's not a trick question.
No car.
Yeah. I mean, you've been doing really well up until this point. Now I'm starting to get concerned why you wouldn't want to talk about this other car you drove. I'm not sure. You've been doing so well. I don't have any red flags against you in these programs that we speak of. But now I'm nervous. Did you drive this other vehicle like a madman or something? Are you worried that you were speeding all over the place in it?
No.
Okay, because I don't necessarily have that.
The only piece of that aggravating ass truck I had.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere. You had the blue truck, right? Is that the truck you speak of?
Yeah, it was a blue truck.
Okay. So how long did you drive that truck?
Shoot, what? Probably about 8 months maybe.
Okay. We'll get to the truck.
Started having trouble with that regular. No.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to go. I don't want to go too far back with your driving. I can go back. I'm allowed to go back 5 or 6 years if I want to, but I don't think I want to do that. I don't need to do that. But what before that? Before the truck? What was the car before the truck?
No car before.
Okay. Nothing. Didn't drive at all for a while.
I can't remember a car. You kept saying car.
Okay. Well, vehicle. All right. Vehicle.
Okay.
Vehicle. So prior to the truck, so you had the Impala since March. You had the truck for about 8 months prior to March.
No, the Crown Vic. No Impala.
I'm sorry. I meant the Crown Vic. I'm sorry. I'm thinking Crown Vics are police cars. You know that, and now we drive in pallets, so that's how. This is me. I told you, you had more coffee than I have. I need coffee. So you had the Crown Vic, March. Truck 8 months prior to that, and you're saying you didn't drive any other vehicles prior to the truck?
No.
Okay.
No, I must have used one or two bicycles I had.
Would you borrow a car from time to time, perhaps?
No.
Okay.
Not doing that time.
So you weren't doing much driving. So the last 14 months, I figure about 5 months was with the Crown Vic, about 8 months with the other. So about 13, 14 months you were driving those two cars, but you didn't drive much prior to that? Okay. Why not? How come you?
Wasn't nothing available.
Okay, you just didn't have anything you could
I just
drive.
didn't have the desire. And plus, at that, Pupper was too small to keep with me. So shit like that.
Okay.
You know.
So whose truck is it? Whose truck was it?
It was my father's truck. Changing oil.
What kind of truck was it? What model?
It was a Ford F-150.
Okay.
Larry.
What year was it?
2004.
Okay, so that's one of the older engines. That's a kind of.
Yeah. And that engine is crap.
Yeah. Well, they don't. Yeah, those are.
It runs good while it's running, but that engine is crap. You start having a problem with that stuff, go ahead and start saving your money. Okay, if you ever get one, go ahead and start saving your money so you can buy a new engine and put it in. Don't go trying to work on that regular stuff, man, because
it's impossible to get the parts for them.
Huh?
It's impossible to get the parts for them because they have those.
No, it's not. They're just expensive.
Well, I guess that's why it's impossible to get them, because they're so expensive. So it makes it impossible for people like you and me. And the reason I know is I recently, last year, sold a 2004 Ford Ranger that I had had for all those years.
Okay.
And I had the same thing. That loved the truck. It had 200,000 miles on it. Never a problem. But then I finally got a problem. I started looking at trying to get it fixed, and they told me, you better off putting a new engine in it than trying to fix this one. It would be cheaper to put a new engine in it.
When I got that information right there,
they told you the same thing?
Really frustrated me on that one, especially after checking around.
Right.
The price of a new engine?
Yeah.
For that thing?
$4 or $5 grand?
Yes.
Yeah. I tried to go to a junkyard and get one that I could rebuild, but it would have cost about the same. That's something to consider. Is you can go to junkyards, they'll get a truck that's been wrecked, even like a newer truck, because that. See, now I had restrictions with the Ranger because it's the smaller truck, so I had to find a smaller engine. But that full-size truck, you could go to a junkyard and get a car that's been totaled recently, like a 2018 truck, and it would fit in that thing, and you could salvage. You could buy that engine. The engine's probably perfectly good, just needs a little bit of work. And just buy the engine from the junkyard. I tried to do that.
Cheap one I found in the junkyard was like $3 grand.
Really? Okay, so you tried that too? Yeah. Well, that's because of the inflation that we have now. 2 years ago, you'd have got it for $1,800. Yeah, but now everything in the car insurance. Anyway, whatever. So the truck was your daddy's?
Yeah.
And he gave it to you. You went up to Georgia and get it or something? And drove it. Did it drive? You were able to drive it back here, or you have to tow it back?
No, during that time, it was driving.
It was running?
That thing started giving me a problem around December 2021. Every time you get one thing fixed, something else went wrong with it.
Well, let me say this.
January, it went down.
Do you have
that thing fixed in March?
Do you have any from the LPRs? Yeah. Give me one of the LPR ones, not the facial recognition, just one that shows the tag. For the Crown Vic.
Crown Vic?
Yeah. So I just want to show you what we're talking about with the technology that they have these days. Okay. So for instance, here's one where you were driving the Crown Vic on, this is recent, this is August 7th, 2022, 10:53 a.m. There you are driving eastbound on 8th Street at Davis Street, almost 11 o'clock in the morning. There's your license plate. There's you driving. So we have a whole other
Actually, that wasn't me driving. I was a passenger.
Oh. All right, Henry. So here's what's up. Today's the most important day of your life. All right, I'm gonna shoot you straight. You got tough decisions to make, but there's really only one right answer. So we've told you a lot, but we haven't told you everything. And you've been pretty honest with us, and I appreciate that. But there's a lot more to this than what we've told you, what we let on. So there's other people down here that we're interviewing at the same time about a case. It's way bigger than some traffic charges.
Yeah, I don't figure that much out already.
Okay,
I just don't know what.
Okay, well, you're going to know in a second. And these people, so this is a choice you get to make. You're at what they call a crossroads in your life, okay? There's two paths you can take. One goes this way, one goes this way. One can lead to Henry still being Henry, out living a life potentially one day, because we know what Henry's all about, and he's not somebody that's going around doing violent things, doing vicious things to people. But somehow Henry got caught up in something. You got put in the middle of something, and then now it's spiraling out of control because these other people involved, because this is your vehicle involved that you're in, are going to point the finger at you. And they've already started to do that because no one wants to go to prison for the rest of their life. Nobody. So, Henry, listen to me. Just listen. I know this is a lot to take in. Okay. But I need you to tell us everything you can about what happened that night, and I need you to be honest. I know you go to work every day. We've been looking at you for months. We know your driving pattern. I knew you picked up people and went to methadone clinic every day. You leave your house 4:45, 5 o'clock every day. Hell, yesterday you left at what, 5?
Yeah. That's why this morning I couldn't believe that I was speeding in which I usually don't. Anyway.
Right.
So you screwed up our timeline this morning because we've been tracking you for a long time, and you left a little early yesterday, so we had to bump it up.
Ain't nothing else I can give you. I don't think I need an attorney.
No.
The interview ended without a confession. After hours of questioning, Henry told detectives that he had nothing else to give them and that he believed he needed an attorney. The investigators left the room. Whatever they had hoped Henry would say that day, he had not given them a direct account of what happened to Jared Bridegan. But Henry remained in custody on the firearm and suspended license charges. That gave investigators more time to examine his vehicle, phone records, movements, financial activity, and connections to the other people under investigation. It also meant that Henry's phone calls from jail were monitored and recorded. In the months that followed, he spoke with friends and relatives about his court dates, his chances of being released, and the growing case against him. He rarely discussed the murder directly, but several calls reveal how he described his situation after investigators began publicly connecting him to Jared's death. The audio quality is sometimes poor, and parts of the conversations are difficult to understand. The following calls are presented as they were released.
So what's going on in your case? How are you?
Yeah, it ain't looking good. Let's put it like that.
What do you mean?
I mean, I'm probably gonna be here for a while. I don't know for what that while gonna be yet.
You have a lawyer?
No, I got some negotiators. They call themselves lawyers, but it's the same as having a state attorney against you on both sides.
Okay. Well, I don't really know what to say.
Okay. It'll come back to you. Yeah.
I hate to hear that.
It's, I don't know, it's a little tricky roll, whatever you want to call it, messed up for me. But not really, because
What do you mean, not really? Hello?
my future ain't guaranteed to be that long.
The news say that you were the shooter, and you pleaded guilty to being the shooter.
Is that what they put in the paper?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, what? So what is it?
Well, leave it like it is. I ain't got nothing to say on this phone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay,
Oh,
my
okay.
ass.
Okay. You said you ain't got this on the phone. I can't come down there to see you to talk to you, but
I know it.
I feel, yeah.
Yeah, that much I do know.
Yeah.
Yep. But they still ain't put visitation back in here.
No, they ain't gonna be a while yet. Before they start letting people back in. Yeah.
This call does not amount to an admission. When the person on the other end referred to reports identifying Henry as the shooter, Henry did not confirm or deny the allegation. Instead, he said he had nothing to say on a monitored jail phone. That response should not be treated as proof of guilt. But it shows how dramatically his situation had changed. By this point, the accusation was no longer confined to private police interviews. People outside the investigation were now confronting Henry directly about his alleged role in Jared Bridegan's murder.
Yeah, I wish you was calling with some good news like you're getting released or something.
Say that again?
I said, I wish you was calling with some, like, good news that you're getting released or something.
How is that going to be happening?
Not ever?
No. Don't look that way anyway, so far. It ain't. I thought you were wait. But anyway, I go back to court on the 12th of July. And we should finalize everything then and know what is what. I hope they don't pass it again.
Yeah. Well, hopefully they'll realize that it's not you.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yep, now find out which way it goes from there. I hope they go ahead on and squash it instead of keep passing it from one court date to another.
By the time these calls were recorded, Henry Tenon had already become a central defendant in the Jared Bridegan murder investigation. Prosecutors alleged that Tenon was recruited through Mario Fernandez-Saldana and that he carried out the shooting as part of a murder-for-hire plot. In March 2023, Tenon entered a guilty plea to second-degree murder and agreed to cooperate with the state, but that plea did not remain in place. In 2026, a judge allowed Tenon to withdraw his guilty plea. He has now pleaded not guilty to first-degree murder and the other charges against him. His trial is currently scheduled to begin on March 29, 2027. The footage and calls shown in this video do not establish what happened on the night Jared Bridegan was killed. They document the early stages of the investigation, when Henry Tenon moved from a former tenant connected to Mario into one of the central figures in the case. The complete interview and additional original recordings will be presented separately on this channel.